Folks, let's go ahead and get started. Oh, I missed. I'm Yorni Velli. Welcome to another episode of Star Technology, where this is how I spend my days. It's not quite parkour, is it? I have to land on that one, land on that one, land on that one, and then not fall off the edge. And then see. Anyhow, that's where I do my thinking. That and running in circles up on the top floor. So it's been a few days since I've recorded an episode. It's actually been a few days and a few failed episodes because I keep running into the same issues. And I'm kind of at the point where we've started enough things going that I'm getting concerned about power again. It's so fun. It is fun, and I'm not saying that sarcastically, but like, where am I? There I am. Okay. I moved all these chemical reactors over, and that's fine, but potentially each one of them is pulling a EV amp. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. These are all chemical reactors we basically already had. I just moved them over. I've done a few extra things, like I think I threw down a couple more autoclave macerator combos. This one is sheldonite, right? Because we were actually full up on sheldonite and the machine wasn't going. And it seems silly to void the sheldonite when I could just do this. But, well, I guess this is only an HV amp, but that means it's going slow, which is limiting our availability of what's it. I need to update a lot of the power infrastructure to EV, but we've got so many machines running that it's not that I'm running out now, because I think we're running about 220, 240, and we're only pulling like 180. It might have been 270. Either way, point is every once in a while, confluence of things, they all pick up. So there was a pack update. In fact, I think this will be the first episode since the pack update. I don't think I got the pack update right away, and I don't think that I've actually gotten through an episode since then. So the point is we need so many things. So there's a new machine in here, the industrial barrel. We're going to replace a bunch of the things. This is going to make us seawater. It's going to make us probably the Slitake, but mostly what I want it for is witchwater and I think soul sand. Yeah. So I've got that set up. Where is that? That's over here. I've got that barely set up. The problem is I need laminated glass, and this is a new block. I don't know if it's a new block, but you don't seem to use it for anything else. Oh, I guess you needed it for the assembly line, so we would have had to do this eventually anyways, and we will need a ton of this. Power substation. I don't know what that does. Is that just a battery? If that's a battery, that's so cool. I really want to do that, but that's a lot of resources. And we need the laminated glass. So, we need the nuclear reactor at some point, which will be fun. I have never done that. The rock sifter. So, we need that. We need to make... I don't know why that's there. I was trying to remember how to make the chemical reactor for it, but I thought I left it. We need molten ink alloy, which means that we need the alloy blast smelter, and the alloy blast smelter itself requires heat-resistant casings, which requires heat vents and all sorts of other stuff. So we just have a bunch of stuff there, but again, it comes down to power, and at this point, really, it's not even so much power as it is. I run over here, and we're here. We just don't have any titanium. It's just not coming in very fast. We need that titanium tetrachloride, which means it's coming out of the bauxite. And basically the bauxite is being limited by this machine here. And I can bump that up to, even a 64x. But all around, I think it would be easiest if we dropped down. Yeah, see, we got this is backing up. That's good. That's good. The reason it was backing up was because this sheldonite here was maxed, and I wasn't voiding it yet. I think I mentioned that, but Okay, so all of that brings us down to... Oh, I've got so many things in here. We need to make the new gravel users, right? The sifters, and we need to make the gravel... no, not the sifters. The the sieves. And we need to make the industrial sieve framework or whatever it is. I switched over to using sheldonite just to have something to do with it instead of, I think we're using pentlandite or something. These are just here to help, but we're trying to get to the tiny pile of debris dust. It's an IV thing, and I could make the IV centrifuge. That's no big deal. It's not a huge deal, and I've tempted to do it, but if I'm going to do that, then I have to make the IV power structure. And if I'm going to do that, then I'd like to just use my multi-block machines. So that brings us all back down to making IV energy hatches. Great. It's a whole long chain of things. The HPIC requires IV. Getting iridium is no big deal. With vacuum freezer at EV, that's no big deal. Electric blast furnace at IV, that's not great, but it's not the worst thing either. But to get the iridium dust, we have to run it's a chemical reactor with iridium chloride, and the hydrogen makes the hydrochloric acid. The iridium chloride we get by centrifuging iridium metal residue, which is MV. Great, I was super excited. And then we get to this one, and it's the rarest metal mixture, which we get from the same place as platinum sludge residue. And I know I'm talking real fast, but this is all incidental to this one's IV. So again, we could do this in the large chemical reactor. In fact, we have to do it in the large chemical reactor to start, but it's the power. And I want to automate it because obviously we're going to need a ton of iridium going forward. It's in just a ton of stuff. So all of that gets me to, we can make these solar panel 4s, but if I make 64 of them, that's 64 EV machines. And I'd like to have 64 IV machines. I know that says IV, but that one's really 4. And that requires photovoltaic cells 3. Okay, photovoltaic cells 3, if we come over here, require photovoltaic cell 2, which requires photovoltaic cell 4. Photovoltaic cell 3 requires intermediate energy cores. And I did go through and make each one of these. But since we have 64 advanced energy cores, it seems like it would be reasonable to make 4s. Because once I make them the solar panels in the assembler, that's just LuV circuits, plated platinum, titanium, and palladium frames. Okay, so the limiting factor there is going to be, phosphor stoped chips. We've got the boules automated. We can run the cutter, no big deal. Niobium, titanium wire. I think we've got all the pieces there, although we might get stumped. So point is that I was thinking, okay, well, why don't we just jump into getting a couple LuV chips? Well, so to get the LuV chips, they obviously move up from the IV tier circuits. But this is the second level IV tier circuit, which means that it requires the nanoprocessor at the EV tier, which in turn requires the nanoprocessor at the HV tier circuit. So if we look at HV circuit, we see that it's a draconic... No, it's not. That's a whole thing. I like looking at the recipes, but it's intimidating at this point. I'm hoping when we get there, it'll just be boom, 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 boom. I'm going to be fighting power this whole time until I come up with what power we want to use. No, not universal circuit. So this is the janky one that we made first. This is the one that we're automating now. And this is the one we want to get to. So that brings us to what we're getting to go to today, which is, can we make the best tier of this one? I'm tempted to jump into the ASOC wafer. The problem is we need naquita doped wafers. And I don't think that that's feasible because we need to get naquita, and to get naquita we need, not weapons grade naquita, the liquid naquita, and to get the liquid naquita, not liquid, vacuum freezer, which requires, well, for one, it requires helium, which is fun, but it also, to get there, we need to centrifuge something. I don't even remember where it was. Aquatic netherite dust or something, which we get. I don't remember. It's a whole process. So that's not going to happen soon. That's the point of it. So we'll make the janky version of the best tier processor, but it does mean that it has to be in the clean room. No big deal. But it does mean we need an EV circuit assembler, and so that's where we're going to start today. Just jump back to EV circuit assembler. I was tempted to try the IV circuit assembler, except it requires the LuV chips already. So let's just go stick with the Ivy one. And this one is fairly easy. We have almost all the materials already. The only one we're missing is some platinum wire. And so I'm going to... If I can find my... Oh, I'm on the second floor. Okay. They all look the same. I can jump over there real quick. So I built a new room here because this room is going to be just for these ore processors. They don't have to be the tungsten steel ones, but, you know, why not? That seems like fun. Although we are... I keep saying almost getting somewhere. I keep looking at it going, oh, it's only like a tier away. There's only 2 tiers away. But, you know, there's thousands that need to be processed through here before then. So I'm going ahead and making all the tungsten steel ones. And maybe we don't need to do the faster ones until much later. I'm thinking I might be pushing in the wrong directions. I feel like I spent all my time going back through here and fixing the... Hey, you're not running because you don't have any more of whatever, real gar or something. I did move the distilled water down here, and it is... Oh, it's finally caught up. I've got these large stainless steel fluid pipes, and each one is its own little tank of 18 buckets. It took a long time while it was using everything. Why aren't you running? Because... So something about this recent update, my machines are breaking. That's another thing that's on the list, is maintenance hatches. Because I think... I've never actually made these. I've never seen a reason for it. I don't know what the configurable one does. I know the cleaning one basically means that if you got a multi-block, then the multi-block itself is a clean room. And then the auto maintenance hatch, I'm assuming, automatically fixes issues. And we can make that, but I need to automate it a little bit first. And that's biosecure sterilization, a sterile cleaner. Got it, yeah. Okay. And then, of course, the maintenance detector shoots out a redstone signal when it needs to be maintained. Anyways, so that's a whole plan for later. But this is in here. There are 23. There are 7 of them that use regular water, 23 that use distilled water, and so I'll probably there's 3 more that we get from second tier ores like these, and they'll just go right here. And then over there, I'll start and we'll do 12 across, a 3x4, and those are all the gems. And then this new floor down here, which hasn't been lit up yet, is going to be for the next tier up. So let's run over here. We're going to grab. Honestly, at this point, I'm just going to grab a stack of. It's right here. Yeah. I don't need to worry about platinum. We can. We're making a fair bit of it, and actually, it's not this. We're actually stockpiling platinum. It's the processing of it that's kind of backlogged a little bit, but it's processing as fast as it can. We don't use it in any automated system yet. Okay, so grab 4 of these. Grab, see, one of these. The chemical bath has got the quantum eyes, and a few episodes ago, I think we made radon in the liquid nether air distiller. Sorry, liquid. It's actually liquid ender air distiller. And then in here, I should have 2 aluminum cables. Yeah, I've got 2 aluminum cables. And then we're making the advanced circuit assembler. So that's 3. The other one we need is 2 processors. So I haven't done anything. I'm trying to just clean up some stuff. Make all the bits better, faster, stronger. And these need EV conveyor modules and EV robot arms. I don't know that I have those automated yet, but I might. HV, EV, nice. Okay, so it's 2 EV and 1 EV arm and 2 EV conveyor belts. Yeah. Okay, why are you... You know what I think it is? I think it was... I forgot to set this before, but now it's good. Okay, that's cool. That's where all of our tungsten went for a very long time, and I couldn't figure out why. No, that's titanium. It's titanium. That's where all the titanium went for a very long time, until I figured it out. And then I've had nothing. I feel like I basically just spent all my time breaking the. If you're gonna go down this route, there's no like I go. It's a pendulum. I've talked about the pendulum before. I'm now swinging back to point of use. For all of these some of these simple machines. Like this distillery is not expensive at this point, so why don't I just put the distillery for distilled water right where I'm going to use it? And it's not even making quite enough for all of these, or it's like just barely. We're backing up. Yeah, but it's close. So I'll probably make another one when I start those 12 over there. All of that gets us to making this doohickey. Oh, I was already where I wanted to be, wasn't I? Because I need to get these are now the outer lands, I guess. Which, you know, it's fun. That's fun. I like that. We need EV machine hull, and that is in here. And the machine hulls seem to be getting made. But like I said, we don't have any titanium, and I'm not sure where all the titanium is going. I have a sneaking suspicion it is... There's HV pumps. No, it's not going in here. So I don't know what's eating all my titanium. I need to track that down. Because, you know, it could be... You know, it's not this one. It's not this one. But something's eating all my titanium. I'm not making very much. That I've noticed. It's 14 seconds, I think, per bauxite that we create. And it takes 15 bauxite or something to make a titanium. No, it's a 3-to-1. It's a 3-to-1 ratio. It's up here. So it's almost a minute. It's almost a minute per titanium, which is part of why I'm going to switch over, because I'm hoping to get some power going for that. Okay, so we're at this. It's so ridiculous that I keep advancing the plot, and this is just going to be a long episode. I can't do this in 20 minutes and talk and catch everything up. We've got these, we've got that, and the advanced circuit assembler. The only thing we're missing is 2 processors and 2 more aluminum cables. Great. Okay, so I could have just made this off camera because we've made it before, but uh-oh. Hey, what are you missing? It's got everything it needs. Ah, okay. I'm actually not going to do that because hopefully we're going to make more here soon. Right, so like that's 192. That's fine. We're not automating it really anywhere. Oh yeah, we are, but it's the robot arms and they're max, so it's fine. Okay, we've got this guy. We're going to go ahead and grab... This is EV. Bro. I can't believe I made another one. Okay. All right. I'm on top of things. Oh, man. We're just going to pretend like I don't have another one over there. Okay. So the next step is we've got to start making these photovoltaic cells. We're going to do a 4. In fact, I should probably bookmark the 4. Yeah, I'm going to bookmark that so we can make that. And that means that we've got to go all the way down to here. And this doesn't require a clean room. It's just an assembler. This is going to get automated at some point. But for now, I've got enough stuff. So the issues come in with all these liquids. So we're going to make a stack of mirrors. And I'm not going to make you sit on camera with it the whole time. I do need... We're going to do a stack. It's 576. That's 1, 2, 3, 4 stacks of this. And they go into the extractor. It's all so fast. It's just everything takes so many steps. And I don't know if I mentioned this, but I'm starting to really consider a ME system. The problem, of course, being that the ME system requires power. And I'm all paranoid about the power because it takes a minute to get everything back up and running once we max out on it. Okay, so this guy... Let's go down here, and we need some steel foil, some LuV circuits, and some glass panes. Now, where? Oh, I see. I've got too many anchor points now, and I can't get to where I'm trying to go. Glass panes are being done right up here, but I'm not sure that they're glass panes. Yeah. So this is definitely an issue. The only way I've been able to get them, and I've already got some downstairs, but as long as I'm here, I'll grab a little bit more. And run over, grab the plate mold. And that's the fluid solidifier, which is in a weird place. Yeah. And go. Yeah, just go. Just do, please. Thank you. Okay, and then it was 6 stacks of steel foil, and I don't have any steel handy, so I've always got to run down here and grab it. That's aluminum, signalum, steel. 6 stacks is no big deal. We just run it through the bender on a 10. That'll get us those. Iron foil was... What was the iron foil for? Oh, right. That's how you make the basic energy. So they changed all these recipes too. So this is much simpler to make, but now you have to stack up through the tiers. So I'm sure that's what they were thinking. Right. So we got those, and the LV chips is easy. I was almost going to. I've got the blueprint off camera. I did make the these. These are the best tier, the best assembly method. NAND chips is using plastic printed circuit boards, so we get 12 at a time. I've got the simple system on a chip that's not used for anything else, and it's all being assembled out in the automated pattern area. And I need the over on the other side. I need this guy. So I'm gonna swap this out at some point for the. It's not the next tier up. It's we've got this recipe, which is what we're doing, but this is the one I want to do. It's it's still no tin bolts, but the tin bolts are easier to make than the components, and the fine copper wire, and then the system on chip is basically laser etched onto a wafer here, and this is the best one I can do automatedly right now. Everything higher, the MB one, I think requires Naquita pools, and we can't make those yet. Okay, so we run in here. Go ahead and toss. This was a regular assembler. Okay, so the regular assembler, I don't think I have it in there. Is here? Yes. So you 1, 2, 3, and glass panes. Oh, I'm gonna just go run back and forth. I'm sorry. Second to last. I could be doing that though. Okay, and what are we missing? Oh, the liquid tin. Right. So sodium potassium comes out. I want to automate that. So many things to automate, and it's not that I don't have time. It's that I don't have time on camera because there's some prep work, there's editing, and I haven't actually encoded any videos for a while. So I've been thinking about going back and fixing that. Okay, so here's going to be all of our mirrors. The next step is all of these ones. I'm going to go ahead and do that off camera real quick and collect all that stuff. And then we move into soldering alloy instead of... Wait a second. Could we have done soldering alloy? No. It has to be tin. See, why you got to do that? We can get these by electromagnetically separating solar panel 1s, but we're not going to do that. Right, so... Got these. And we want the... What we really want is, again, these LuV circuits. And that requires this guy, the nanoprocessor, requires the system on a chip. Which, that's right, this is what we were looking at. So, actually, let me take a real quick break, and I might come back and have a couple of things set up so we can jump into that. Because I think we can do they've got a new Draco doped wafer, and that dumps everything in there. I'm ambivalent about it so far, but we'll see it. Give me 1 second. Okay, I actually just pulled the chemical reactor out from over there, and that's going over here. And we will put down the one of the other things is that I'm actually out of EV energy hatches. I've made many EV energy hatches, probably a stack or so, and that's kind of what I'm using as my judgment for when we need to fix things. I have a cutter. I have a cutter. Good. My wrench broke, and I was going to make a wrench on camera, but every time I start, I want to do more interesting things. So I haven't actually gotten to fixing that. Okay, so this one has a ton of inputs and outputs for it. So let's go ahead and put the output hatches, say, over here, and the input buses. We'll go ahead and put right here. Come on, that one. That one's going to be the same, isn't it? Yeah, it is. Okay, well, there we go. And what else we have? Output buses can come over here. And I guess 1, 2, 3. And we should have some input hatches. That'll work. These guys can go right here. Now, it's kind of ugly, but this is our automatic one. So I guess I'll be okay with it. Maintenance hatch goes on the bottom as per usual. And the large chemical reactor goes there. And then all we need is these guys. Okay. So the reason we're doing this, you got power, I got, okay. Yeah. Cool. Okay. So you're ready to go. And what we want is, so, I'm going to go ahead and tier these up. There's nothing new here. That's kind of, as I was, I gathered everything once. And then as I was doing it, I kind of realized, you know what, this is fine. Why are you stopped? Because you're out of liquid tin already? But, you don't want to watch me go back and forth getting liquid tin and extractor. Yeah, see, not interesting. Oh, in fact, I can just put that there. Yeah, okay. That's the plan. Is that I'm gonna at least get these up to the photovoltaic cell 3s. Worst case scenario, we in the next couple episodes we'll turn those 3s into solar panels 4. But I'm hoping we can get the photovoltaic cell 4s and turn them into solar panel 5s. And that won't require any extra power, hopefully, or very minimum, to get a stack of those. And then we should be good for EV power. And we're going to start running into issues when we do the 4 amp inputs and so forth. Okay, so in here is going to go, we need to make these guys. Now, I think we've got CPU wafers going, but I need to make carbon fibers as well. And that's an autoclave with carbon dust and polytetrafluoroethylene. So I think I might have actually stolen the autoclave out of here. I did. So I'm going to have to go make another autoclave, and we'll put it with the PTFE, and we will go from there. No, I have an autoclave. Nice. Okay, so I've got the autoclave. Let's go grab the carbon, and the PTFE is one of these. There we go. So I can put the PTFE down here, and I will go grab the carbon, which is going to be easiest over here. This is, I know I just, whew, I'm having a hard time figuring out how to break these episodes up when they are multi-part like this. Unless it's going to be like a billion cuts, and then why are we even bothering? I think I've got diamond going back here. No, that's ilmenite. I threw ilmenite. I was thinking ilmenite would be good, but ilmenite kind of stinks when it comes to titanium. It's overall about a 1-to-15 ratio, which would improve what we're doing, but only by a factor of 5-to-1. So why don't I have any? Oh, I know. See, I did this to make life easier and faster and better, and then it suddenly turned out not to be. And I don't know where they are in here yet. It's coal. It's the one that makes thorium, right? Yeah, that one. Okay, so let's go ahead and grab like 4 stacks. Okay. These guys are kind of not cool like that. They like to put more than one in your inventory. All right, so we're going to run over here. We're going to dump these in the autoclave. Oh, that is nice. I love that. I love it when it's fast. It's 2 ticks. All right, we got the raw carbon fibers, and that's all we need, right? In the large chemical reactor, is that with some, 16 each. That's okay. That's okay. We can live with that. Am I out? No. Oh, I'm out of carbon fiber already. That only made 2 stacks. Okay. I think that's okay. Let's go see how many this makes, and I might... Oh, that's the first time I made the carbon fibers. And I got a couple other quests I need to do, but I was going to do them with you guys. They're just picking up stuff that we're already making. We need to get some glowstone, which is easy enough. We'll go ahead and just snag... Yeah, you know what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Sure. And that's going to go in the extractor we have right here. Okay, and this can go right here. Bring it down. You're running again. And we will grab the stainless steel one because I think glowstone is hot. And if not, I don't care. It's fine. Okay, I'm just going to grab a little bit of it for now. And like I said, some of the rest of it's going to come as soon as we get there. So this goes into an input hatch. And an input bus is going to get these carbon fibers. And then there was one other thing, right? CPU wafers. Now I'm going to take you with me. I am really hoping I have this automated. It's on the one that's on the floor, I think. No. It might be RAM wafers that we've got automated. Okay. They're not apparent. This is one of the reasons I'm trying to get rid of this and kind of organize everything, and it just takes a lot more space. Do I have... See, I'm making CPU chips, so somewhere I've got a cutter making CPU wafers. There we go. CPU wafers, golden. Okay, awesome. See, that was worth a little trip, right? Okay, input buses. Then why are you not going? It's not going because it needs an EV. It needs a clean room. Got glowstone, CPU wafers, and raw carbon fibers. Okay, it's fine. Recipe tier is IV. It's got power. It is in a clean room. Now here's the question. Is it possible that I can't use the large chemical reactor? I really don't want to make an EV chemical reactor. Because if that was the case, then it needs the self-cleaning chemical reactor, and I don't think I have that. So we've got mixer, we've got chemical bath. Let's go double check that this is clean. I guess it's always possible. Nope, you're clean, running perfectly. It eats, what is that? 1 HV per tick, so a quarter of a satellite thing. It's always something. We've got output buses, and they shouldn't be bespoke. It's got the power, it's got the that. Okay, so next step is in fact trying it on a EV chemical reactor. Let me go make one of those and I will be back in a moment. I'm also finding that some of my preparation is insufficient. For example, I don't have any polyethylene I don't have any polyethylene ingots, so I have to crush down the what's-its and the sheets, and then I can put in this. This is also new, I think, since the last time. Yeah, those are so fast. Okay, so we should have everything we need for this guy. Yes. And this has to be in the clean room, so let's go ahead and put it over here. And honestly, I'll be very disappointed if this works. Oh, wait a second. I just made that for nothing. I was so... Oh, you gotta be kidding. Okay, well, awesome. So let's put down the sodium potassium. I totally forgot I picked that up. So the reason it wasn't working, so the multi-blocks do work in the clean room. That was entirely my mistake. And you should be done, right? Oh, you're not done. It's fine. We'll let it cook a little bit longer. And put this back right there. And what we're getting out is nano CPU wafers. These guys can go into the cutter that's right here. Yes. And after that, it's just a question of automating all of that. I think we can do that. The epoxy is going. We have the epoxy printed circuit boards. This is automated. This is automated. This is automated. This is automated. So it's a bit much, but it's honestly it's right here. I just don't want to turn this into an automation room. Let me think about that for a moment, and I'll be back. Okay, like I said, I feel like half of what I'm doing lately is just replacing all those. I don't know what it is, whether it's I rebooted because I had a meeting this morning on this machine, and I had ambivalent feelings about the meeting, but I spent a lot of time just replacing, figuring out is it the receiving end or the sending end, and swapping those out. Okay, so let's game this out. I think we can probably make this work. I don't know why that's going all the way up, but it's going all the way up. Okay, and then I'm gonna go ahead and take this guy, and we'll put it up top there. Oh, that's a 2. That was close. Okay. So, do I have a cutter 3? I think I do. I do. And they're not being used for anything important. Okay. So, we'll go ahead and put that up there. Right, and then that means that it's going to have lubricant. And then we'll put the output from this up there. Yeah, these nano CPU wafers. I don't know where they're going to go. So let's go ahead and put the ender drawer. Yeah, let's go ahead and do this. We'll do a... come on, I know I have those. And we'll put this here. Right, and then we'll lock it. So that's the only thing that goes in there. And that was only... They used up all of those wafers just to make 8 of these. And they only cut down to... How many? 16. Okay. Well, that's okay. Because that would be a stack. That's all we need right now. We'll get that sorted out shortly. Okay, so the automation is going to come here. We'll put down another ender drawer. And I know that this is silly, and in this case, I'm not using the ender drawers as transport, because I could do the pipe up here, no problem. I'm mostly using it for... put this down first. Robot arm. I'm mostly using it for filtering. So if I use this for anything else, it's not going to cause a problem. Right, so you're going to get cut, you're going to go down, and that means that I'm going to go ahead and use another one of these because I'm running low on robot arms. Not perfectly, just right at the moment. I'd have to run down and grab them. Okay, so you are getting those. I don't have a pump in here. That's what's holding that up. Okay, why are you not cutting then? Because you have no power. Excellent. I like when it's an easy answer. And I have you. I can grab you. Okay, so you're cutting. You should be stockpiling it. I'm not going to wait to find out. And honestly, I think that was it. Everything else we've got. And in fact, I can finally get rid of this thing that's been in my way for honestly weeks now. It's been a while since I've recorded a video. If I seem a little goofy, that is just a machine casing. That's fine. So you're gonna get that. Keep 4, import, and the rest should be easy, right? Got that. We got that. SMD resistors, transistors, capacitors. So I'm gonna go grab those real quick, and I'll be back. These are going to need a review here soon. I don't know if these are the best ones for those. And I know that there are advanced versions of them that we could probably be snagging as well. Now, if we are here, does this require electrum wire? No, we are making electrum wire. So, yeah, those SMD components are due for a relift here sooner or later. And I'm not going to make you watch me look for these. I have the electrum wire. I know I do. I've got it somewhere. I swear. I always lose silly ones. And it doesn't help that I keep re-looking down the same tracks. Okay, I'm gonna go grab that and I'll be back. I'm glad I cut for that. It was a little bit of wandering around before I remembered. Oh yeah, it's for the EV ones, not the HV ones. Okay, so this is blank. We'll go ahead and put this right up there. Hit that, and then we'll do 1, 2, 3, and then we do. We already got that input. We'll input these ones. Same as always. I like to think that I've got it a pretty quick click now. The downside, of course, is that when I've got the quick click like this, it's easy to make a mistake. Oh, that's why I don't do it that way. These are so fast that I have to go really fast. Okay, we're good. We're good. Everything in here is what it's supposed to be, right? Resistors, capacitor, transistor, electrum wire, epoxy printed circuit boards, and nano CPU chips. Nano CPU chips, epoxy printed circuit board, fine electrum wire, SMD transistors, SMD capacitors, and SMD resistors. And because we've got 3, this has got 5. That's exactly what we expect. And why aren't you going? Excellent question. It's EV. It's got the soldering alloy. It's in a clean room. It has no power. It has power. Resistor. Capacitor. Transistor. Electrum wire. Epoxy printed circuit board. Nano CPU chip. It's in a clean room. It's got EV power. It is okay to go. It doesn't require a... This is a circuit assembler. I've made that mistake before. Oh, I know. I bet you I know what it is. It's 8, not... There we go. Okay, so we have it essentially automated. I'm going to go ahead and move this guy over right there. Then this guy can move over too. And then that can be this will be the output. So these are our HV chips now, which is freaking cool. So you're just going to actually output 1024. This is the best chip. HV tier. This was a long random road, and this is why I don't think I can do this next couple episodes in 20 minutes, because I don't know exactly what I'm covering. Yeah, so this is the best HV tier. This is UHV. And the only thing we can do to improve it is move to the advanced system on a chip, which it just means, you know, it doesn't mean changing any of the rest of this stuff. So what we're going to do is run over here. I keep forgetting it's the Enderium wire. And this Enderium wire, I was so excited when we set it up, and I used 2 machines, and this one doesn't even work because I forgot to lock those. The only thing it's doing is making the copper chloride solution, which is going to get moved to a multi-block mixer here soon. And in fact, we are actually getting close to the point where we can make... so this is the large mixer, right? This is the one we've got. But there's also... Ooh, fancy stuff. And a large mixing vessel. That's actually probably the one that we'll do. That's osmiridium. So that's all in the IV tier. So that's getting close. I don't know what makes it better or specialer, but it looks cooler. It's not just a block, or not just a square like the other ones we've got. I like those squares, but you know. Okay, so you're gonna get turned off, and we're just gonna let these guys process out as they go. I might make something out of a bunch of them, but we're not there yet. I am going to automate the field generators so we can make the better storage containers here soon. And this can get torn down. This one is going to get torn down and moved over to its own little clean room. And in fact, as I'm looking at it, this might get torn down and put into its own clean room. Not this one, the one we just put together. That might get moved maybe by next episode, but doubtful. Because I'm tired. I know I don't like to complain about it, and I'm not complaining. I'm a little tired of automating some of the stuff. I will figure out a way to automate the carbon fibers so that those just go and they're done. That's in the autoclave. So that may just be as simple as putting an autoclave right here, and now this is a bespoke chemical reactor. It may also get replaced with this one, because as much as I don't want to use the regular one, it's not like it's going to be running that much, and we don't need to be fast because this is a slow recipe. Okay, I think I can squeeze out a little bit more here, and so what we're going to look at real quick is, what does this one take? Epoxy printed circuit boards, advanced... Oh, wait, no. Okay, we can't do this one because we don't have the advanced ones yet. These aren't crazy, but we do need to have an alloy we haven't made yet, and I'm just kind of putting it off. That's all it is. And palladium wire, which we need to process to get, but we have the precursor for it. I don't know if you can tell. I've been watching Breaking Bad. I don't enjoy it actually as much as I did when I was younger, but you know, so be it. And all the rest. Oh, we have all of this. Okay. Can we do this in such a way that we don't block stuff off? I think so. Okay, so this is an HV circuit assembler, and to make... Here, let's grab this recipe, not this one. And I'm just checking to see... Okay, so this is advanced. That's a data orb, which is fine. We're not doing that yet. And that's also a data orb. And there's a photovoltaic cell one. So that's all fine. This is the one we want. Okay, so we've got this one done. We're going to make the nanoprocessor assembly. That's the EV tier circuits. That replaces that one. And it's going to be a little funky. We actually don't care because we're trying to tier these all up. So let's bring this around. That's probably the cleanest way of doing it, huh? I don't know why I'm going back like that, but we're going to continue it along like this. Sorry, I've got one extra space back behind, which kind of feels like it's not very useful, but so be it. And then let's go ahead and cut this, just so I don't have to worry about accidentally connecting them. Okay, so if that's the case, then right here is where this guy's going to go. And it does mean I may need to make another one of these because, and I know I just put it there, but you know, again, so be it. I like how when I'm not quite sure what I'm doing, I get very tentative about everything. And then as soon as I'm like, oh, hey, I know what we're doing, and I'm like, forget it, just waste those materials. It's okay. I don't like to waste it, but you know, it's the difference between getting something done and not getting it done. All right, so this is basically going to be the same setup. Let me set this up exactly the same way. I'm literally going to be converting all of those over, right? So capacitor, inductor, and epoxy printed circuit board and electrum wire are all the same. This goes over. The only thing I have to do is move over the RAM chip, which is actually right here. And you know what? As I'm doing this, it's probably just as easy to do directly. So, and again, this is a little silly, but I'm going to go ahead and put that there. You do need to have your output go back behind, and I was going to say I'm going to come back, but I actually have everything right here. So let's go ahead and do that. I am very excited. This is not a huge, this is an incremental leap, but I haven't had any incremental leaps in literally the days since I've been working on it. So you can go up there, and then we'll do these four. 1, 2, 3, 4. Electrum wire is cheapest, so we'll put that on top. And again, these could be more efficient, but this is not a thing I want efficient. This is a thing I want right and a little bit modular. Capacitors and... No, one of these was not the same. Capacitors and inductors. Yeah, so I want the... Oh, it's inductors. Okay. I don't know that we've used those, have we? That's a diode. That's an inductor. Okay. So we don't use transistors. Right, we need capacitors. So right click, yes. And then the last one was epoxy printed circuit boards. Okay. Let me be right back. I'm going to have to go grab some more robot arms. Okay, these guys we've got like a billion of, so I guess just jump right back at it. We're in the clean room. That's not clean, but I can get out. And then I remember to do these ones first. And remember that has to be 8. In fact, I'm going to double check. Aha! 16. That's the only one, though, right? Is the electrum wire. I'm not real worried about what goes in here. So these ones are okay to be smaller. I'm just doing 4 as a kind of convenience thing. Yeah. Nope, export. Yeah, and you're good, right? Okay. So then we do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And these guys will be keep exact. Like we could just do 1 there, but I'm worried that it's gonna bog down. I don't think I should be, because it's never actually happened. And it just, yeah, it's, you know, science is more art than science, Morty. A lot of people don't realize that. Oh, look at that. We are getting the nanoprocessor assembly. Oh, this is very exciting because, and I know that this is going a little long. I'm okay with that. I've made peace with that. If I hit this, probably don't want 1024 yet. So let's go with 128 is price efficient. And that does mean that this guy gets turned off. These get pulled out. That goes there. connectors there, because this is better. This is more better, like so much more better. Actually, it doesn't matter. The blue alloy bolts, we don't need to make those anymore. Maybe later. Microprocessor assembly. It's kind of unneeded at this point. Just to double check, this is not any HV tier circuit. It's specifically the nanoprocessor. Okay, now, here is, can we make this? SMD diode, NOR, epoxy printed, fine electrum wire. Okay. They all require the NOR gate, and that's fine. Let's go ahead and liquid soldering iron. Okay, Okay, I'm actually moderately optimistic. What's the difference here? That's the advanced SMD diode. Okay, so let's mark this one, and I'm gonna go make another. Wait. That's EV. Okay, we can do it. We can do it. I'm gonna go make some stuff. Okay, I'm gonna be playing this a little bit by ear. This is where I run into trouble. I should be able to do that. We have these bools are being automated, and I don't know why I set this to be so low, but there's no reason. It's literally the only thing you can do with the bools is cut them. So I don't know why I wasn't just automatically doing that. In fact, that one there, probably just set that to automatically import, and it's fine. It does mean that we're going to be running an EV downstairs to burn more, but you know, who cares? It sounds so ridiculous, but who cares? It's fine. It's fine. Everything is fine. And then, so you're there. Oh, I'm missing one. Okay, what am I missing? The nanoprocessor assembly. I think we have to do that. Yeah. Okay. So these are going to come in here. We've got all of the other stuff. I swapped these around from over here somewhere so that we've got, they're just shared. Not for any reason, just to kind of make it a little tighter. It makes it a little more annoying to move. But since I know what's shared, it's fine. It uses diodes instead of inductors or capacitors. I don't know why. I'm assuming it's because this is supposed to be like a whole group of nanoprocessors. So it's just trying to manage the input streams, and then it's still got the electrum wire. So that's cool. The last thing we're missing is these NOR chips. And if you don't know, NOR is it's considered complete, something complete. I'm blanking on the term, but it means that we can create every other logic gate from a combination of several kinds of NOR gates. So they're kind of considered to be one of the fundamental sides. So we need to get some pink dye. That's easy enough. Although we need the chemical reactor. Oh, we've got a chemical reactor. Cool. Again, I don't know if you noticed, but I get much more excited. It's like T will get all grumpy. She's like, "Why?" Or she says, "I get all grumpy." She's like, "Why are you so grumpy?" Oh, you know what? I need to feed you. So then we'll go out to dinner, and then she's like, "See, you're all happy and cheerful now." We need some salt, which I think I've got over here. I do lose track of where I've got salt, though. In fact, you know what? Oh, you know what? I know where I've got salt. Yeah, we'll go over here. This is not where I used to have salt, so that's why it always takes me a second to remember it's here. And I definitely came in the exact wrong side. But this is the saltpeter ore, and the only reason I'm doing that is because we get saltpeter, but we also get potassium. So when we make sodium potassium, it's no big deal. Yeah. Okay, so we'll take this. It's actually 2 salt, isn't it? And one of the things that I've noticed about the salt, see, look. Oh, okay. No, I don't know why I've got all that sodium bisulfate. That needs to go away somewhere. In fact, that's what I just do, because that's a terrible place to put it, but I will notice it at some point. And I don't need this sodium. Definitely don't need that. Okay, and then the last thing we need is some is some... what's in here? I am also consistently thrown off because I switched it to peaceful a little while ago. I can't ever fully grasp what's going on with the... See, didn't I have some... could have swore I had sulfuric... Oh, I did. I put it right here. So when you're making the dyes, the key is you have to put the dye in first, and then you have to put in, or sorry, the sulfuric acid and the dye, and only then can you put in the salt. If you do it any other way, it seems to make ethanol or something, whatever the salt and stuff is. I don't think it has to be a stainless steel drum. We'll go ahead and grab that, and then in order to make this pink lens, we only need 288. That's fine. Let's go make the chemical bath happen. This one. I made the cyan dye in order to make... it's whatever the lens is for... it's the lens for making the NAND chip. NAND is also one that I think you can make every other... There's like 3 of them. That you make every other gate out of. Yeah, to make simplest system on a chip is cyan. I think that's the only thing we use cyan for, right? Yeah. So I don't need more dye, but you know, I had time, so I did. I admit it. Freely admit it. Okay, so you go in there. This is not a fast recipe, but it's, you know, also only a few seconds. While that's going, we need a cutter. And I need to automate these. I freely admit it. What I'm thinking we might do is the same thing we did over there, only I need a advanced cutter. That's not a cutter. That's a laser engraver, which we're also going to use. So maybe I will just warp it over. We'll stick the cutter here and we'll automate it real quick. Yeah. Back, move this over. And that bronze lens can go away. I don't remember what the brown one is for. Oh, MPIC wafers. Yep. That was another one we had to make the dye for. And it's no big deal. You're gated behind it until you get to the HV chemical baths, I think. Oh, I didn't... Okay, hold on. Let's solve this real quick. I know, I'm terrible about that one. Let's see, you aren't using those yet, so we can lock that. Okay, good. Good. And then I need to set up the thing that's keeping me from doing modular routers, which will probably make a lot of this a lot easier, is the fact that I need, there we go. I need paper, and I'm out of paper. Okay, so you're going to get, you're already at input. 4 is fine. And, oh, you're the laser engraver. So you're okay to just get the pink lens, which I don't have yet. As it is. I don't know where those quests are. Okay, you're making your memory wafers. Good. And then we've got some aluminum here. Let's go ahead and hit that up there. You're going to just go right into a cutter. Which I think I might have out here. I do. Yeah, that's going to be a problem, but I can replace this later off camera. No big deal. And this is where I start running into it. You've already seen it earlier there. Had one. Had one. I knew I had 2 in here. Alright, you're going to go there. You're going to get the pump. Import. That's only an MV pump, but I don't care. You are not importing. Why aren't you importing? You're empty. Okay. This is what I was saying. I spend so much time. I think it's over here. Run down just a little bit. Check and see. Nope, it's not this one. I don't know what 441 is, but it's not that. It's 447, 474. I don't know. It's this one. No, this is glass. Nope, this is it. Right? Oh. You have no lubricant. No, yeah, why don't you have lubricant? You have no creosote. And that's because... Yeah, see, like I said, it's figuring out which one of these is not performing as expected. So this is going to fill that up first. But only 1,024, so that's okay. This is a 8-tick recipe. It only makes 12 millibuckets, but, you know, that's okay. Okay, and then creosote. It's making lubricant. I could probably make this faster somehow. Distillation tower. Yeah, if we ran creosote in there, now it's 0.8 seconds instead of in the distillery where it is 1.6 seconds. LV, oh, I see, it's because it's MV. But, oh, these don't have perfect, so I might do it anyways for funsies. Yeah, so how about if we just, whoops. Okay, so we've got, problem is it's gonna have to fill this guy up, and, oh, it makes a lot. Okay, we're good. We're good. It'll make its way over there. Like I said, we're going to start doing more point of use for that. So if I've got like 50 cutters in here, there's no reason to be warping in all of that when I could just make it here and then either use pipes or routers to make that happen. Uh-oh. All right, well, let's go ahead and set you to output up. And I'll be back. Let me see if I can figure out why it's not going now. Oh, because I was confused. I don't care about drilling fluid so much, although I do care about drilling fluid. But I do need the lubricant now. So that it was just this one. So creosote wasn't going, and because creosote meant that that didn't have anything in it for a while, that didn't have anything in it, and I could have solved that problem faster, but so be it. Yep. I do need to, one of the things that I'm going to look at doing is switch over to charcoal byproducts in all those pyrolysis ovens and speeding up the pyrolysis ovens, because I can use that to make all of the bits and pieces of it. And I get charcoal dust out of it as well, which charcoal dust burns as well as charcoal. But then instead of getting just wood tar and wood vinegar, it's not as much, but I think it's better. I'm not sure. Okay. You're cutting. Awesome. That's what we wanted to see. So I hope you guys agree that all of these upgrades are almost certainly worth it. And you're going to keep exact that many. I'm going to go ahead and lock you. And I need to link you over there. And then last bit is all of these. Now, just to double check. Okay, these are NOR, right? Yeah, good. NOR memory chips. All of these 16s, okay? Nope. Shift. So in case you weren't aware, if you hold Control, it changes it to 64. If you hold Shift, it changes it to 8. If you hold Control Shift, it changes it to 512. I think that's something that you can adjust what those values are and what buttons they are, but no, actually I don't care about that. These ones can be 4. I'm not sure how much it matters. Okay, you've got soldering alloy, you've got that. I'm gonna change you. And then I guess do. try to do these all in one sitting because what I found is as I'm setting up the automation area. Oh, snippity snap. Okay, you're done. So you can get turned off. And what we have in here, my friends, after 20 seconds, is IV tier circuits. Nice, excellent. The only thing that in fact, I think we've got everything going except for the Nano CPU. We've got the CPU chips. We got everything other than that. So I'm going to finish that automation. It's just literally going to be running a couple of connections there. Yeah, it's very exciting. Okay, so let's go with 64 of these. Honestly, we'll do more. We're going to upgrade this one to the next tier, so I don't really want to have a situation where we're waiting on it like we are with these. Or, we have to use these up. It's probably not a problem, but, to be safe. Okay, now comes the exciting part. Circuit assembler to make the LuV tier. So we don't need these anymore. Aluminum frames. I actually have those automated. Nanoprocessors we got, inductors, SMD capacitors, RAM chips. Oh, I've got all of those. Okay. Let me pause it for just a moment, and I will be back momentarily with all of that stuff. Actually, it's not that big a deal. This is what I've been doing. So I've got the aluminum cables. I just made the emitter. I've got the processors, and those are LV conveyor modules, which I could probably even just toss here. In fact, we'll just put them in there. Yeah. And then 2 of these robot arms are these guys. Yeah. And then 1 robot arm. And is that it? It takes like 2 seconds now to make stuff. Oh, I need IV circuits. Right. Okay. But I do need an EV machine frame. It's just right there. I'm not even going to use the new ones. I'm going to use the old ones because even though I'd like to use the new ones, maybe we want to use up those old ones so I don't have to hold on to them. Right. So you go, and then I could rearrange that. I'm not going to because it's too much thinking, and I'm done with thinking, yo. Okay. So same as last time. I'm gonna need to make some more ender drawers here soon too. You go there. We're gonna grab you. Think you. You. And then what else do we need? Aluminum frames, SMD inductors, and capacitors. I'm about to get lawnmowered out, I think. It's very unfortunate. There is a lawn mowing fiend who loves the lawnmower. Give me one moment and I'm going to set this up and then I'll be back. Okay, I've got just a few seconds here where the lawnmower comes back. I threw the extractor from over there, right there. It doesn't need to be in the clean room, but I figured that way we could at least pipe it over and I don't have to deal with yet another set of ender tanks. So that's getting liquid glowstone. And if we're going to make the carbon fibers, this is an autoclave with carbon dust and polytetrachloroethylene. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and I think automate that through this guy over here. Oh man, it's got to be this big or else I don't have enough room to do stuff. But it was the very last one we looked at, right? Yeah. Okay, so you can come over here. Come on. Clean room. Oh, look at that aim. Oh, that's gonna get old real quick. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and set it to this autoclave here, just for example purposes, and I'll put the polyethylene stuff, the tank there, or I may even move this over to where we're making the polyethylene, polytetrafluoroethylene. That's the stuff. All right, so we'll put a robot arm here. Tell you to only import. No, it's 4 carbon dust. That's all we need. We grabbed the thing, right? I hope we did. And then shift right click. Yeah. So this is not where it's supposed to be. I will either make another autoclave and put it over there where we're doing the polytetrafluoroethylene, or we'll do it here. And you have got polytetrafluoroethylene. You've not got carbon fiber because you're not an import. And now I just didn't do it at all, did I? Okay, now, oh, it's that fast. All right, well, yep, this is why I don't want to have this automated. So I've got to take this and turn it around, and then it needs another ender drawer and another robot arm. Robot arm goes there. You get set to keep exact 1024, and like so. Okay, lock it. Good. And I think this might be the last ender drawer I've got. So this ender drawer is going to come over here to CPU wafer, right? Because this is in here. The large chemical reactor. Yeah, CPU wafer and glowstone. So we're actually going to put it on that one, but I've got to turn this around so that I can put another robot arm there. And we'll do, I don't know, what was it, 16? Import. You. And that. Okay, so you should be running, but you're not. It's got glowstone. It's got CPU wafers. And it's got carbon dust. Oh. Okay, well, I'll fix that later. I'm really rushing against the lawnmower man. So, okay, now it's running. CPU wafers are going to come out there, and then they're immediately going to go into that cutter up there, and then that cutter is going to feed down through here. And so the only thing we're missing now is the CPU wafers, which I can make happen. Just accept that that's going to happen. There's enough in there for quite a while, and I'll move it over here in a second. And the only thing that we're missing now is this. And this one actually has to be 32. And I'll be back in a moment. I had to make some more ender drawers. That's easy. We've got all the stuff. I should automate it. The problem is there's no auto crafting for it. So that's an ME automation. And then I was just going to run downstairs real quick. I know. You're like, come on, just get to it. I've got a little bit of time in between each pass of the lawnmower. Keeps psyching me out too. So we're looking for those. Oh, in here somewhere. CPU wafers we found before. Yeah. Oh, there's no output for it though. Okay, that's easy enough. We'll just go like this. Nope, we'll go like this. We'll go like this. And we'll put you up there, and you can have that with keep exact 1024. Honestly, that's fine. I need to swap this over. I've only got the two. See, now I've got to swap this over. We are cutting them somewhere. I just don't remember where. But this can get locked right here. And then we'll snag this one, run this down here. So the problem isn't that you can hear the lawnmower in the background, it's that it garbles my voice. And yep. So if my voice is bad right now, I apologize. I would really like to fix that. I just Don't control what others do. Okay, so you got CPU wafers. You're tooling along. Awesome. And let's get back to these guys here real quick. These guys need to be input. And then we'll do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Input. Yeah. This might not go as fast as possible. I might have to tweak some of these numbers, but you don't want to sit here and watch me tweak numbers. And it's not going to be a huge deal for a while. Okay, so what are you missing? It's got 32 of like everything, right? It's got those. Soldering alloy, capacitors, RAM chips, annealed copper wire. Capacitors, RAM chips, annealed copper wire. Aluminum frames, nanoprocessor subcomputer, and inductors. Inductors and aluminum frame. Is an EV recipe. 32 for everything except for that. 32, 16, 32, 16, 2, and 2. It's got 4 of these. Oh, you know what? No, it is connected. It's got power. It's got lubricant. Oh, it doesn't need lubricant. Oh, bummer. Okay. So close, and yet so far. What is it that needed lubricant then? I've got a cutter over here. It's got it. Okay. I did something weird then. I need another one of those. So let me run up and grab that real quick. This should be fast enough. Yeah. So in here, I just need 1, 1, and 1. Grab these, grab that, hit one more of these ender tanks down. And 1, 2, 3. Soldering oil as simple as that. I really hope one of you was watching and going, it's not going to work. It ain't going to work. Oh, but now it's working. It is a 40-second recipe. I'm going to go ahead and set the robot arm now. And we're going to set it to, honestly, we're just going to do like 16. Because it'll have 16 in here, but 64 in there. And that's going to be plenty. So in yet 20 seconds. So, I mean, it took about an hour and a half to do this whole process of going from, and I did not expect that this is going to work. I thought at best it was going to take me a couple of, like 4 episodes to get just one of these nanoprocessors. But now that we've got these guys, making this photovoltaic cell 4 is feasible. We just have to cut the raw chips. I think actually maybe niobium titanium wire is, I don't know if we got niobium. I thought that was the other one. Oh no! Oh no, don't tell me I have to use... Oh, I should be good. I should be good. Electrolyzer mixer. Titanium, niobium. Where do I get niobium from? In fact, here. Pyrolusite. Oh, cool. I've got I was actually just about to set that up. Okay, I'm going to make... It takes so much tungsten steel to make these guys, but I'll make the... I'll make these guys the robust tungsten steel ore processing plants. I'm going to make 3 more, then put them over there. It's going to be pyrolusite, lepidolite, and pyrochlore. Those are the 3 non-gem tier 2 or 3 minerals that we've got. At some point, I need to do the exact same thing for all of the gems. That's 12 of them. But that's not going to be anytime soon, because that's a lot of tungsten steel. I have a fair amount, but let's run over here. And we have... Okay. I thought for sure I was going to get a quest reward. Huh. Okay. Well, I don't care. I've got them. We've got nanoprocessor mainframes going. I don't even think it's going to use that much power, that much equipment, because Electrum's cheap and easy. Some of the stuff for these guys are expensive. But for example, like the transistors here, right? It's tantalum wire and gallium foil, but it makes 32, right? We're using not that one. We're using the good recipe. So that's no big deal. The fact that this takes 32 of them is it's aluminum and thin acrylic. Oh, hold on. We might not actually be doing the big one of these. No, we are. We're using PVC. We have to be because that's what I've got automated. And tantalum foil, you know, no big deal. So it's a little expensive, but that's like a quarter and an eighth of an ingot total. So all told, each one of these is still a lot of resources, but it's just not that big a deal. I'm very excited about this. This was not an intended outcome, but man, this is whew, very exciting. Very exciting. So, I've got a whole new lease on things. I'm going to figure out how to get the niobium, and next time we come back, I am hopefully going to be able to make some of those IV solar panels, which will alleviate a ton of my worries, which then in turn means that we can start getting IV energy hatches, which means we can move on to the next tier of some of the processing that we need to do. I feel like I am not a well-rounded base. Like the very low level LV and MV tiers, everything is basically free. But I feel like I'm pushing too far in IV without maybe HV automation set up. Yeah, no, I'm very excited about this. So I appreciate it. If you made it all the way through here, it's very exciting. The next tier, I don't even know that we use these for anything. Yeah, just the photovoltaics here. So if we're going to go up to the next tier processor circuit, this is what we've got, and the quantum processor supercomputer is next, but that requires, first off, the fiber reinforced printed circuit board, which is not huge, but it's just a different process, and that's going to take a little bit of time to set up. RAM chip still, platinum wires, no big deal. I mean, we haven't gotten platinum. No, we do have platinum. We got that. That's fine. Diodes are fine. Quantum processor assembly is the IV tier. I think that's the best tier one. And then we need to go down to quantum processors. And that's going to be qubit CPU chips, which requires radon, which we've got, and indium gallium phosphate, which is on our radar of things that we need to make for other purposes. The nano CPU chip is still there. We need to make these, but then I think... Oh, nope, we can still use these. We're probably getting to the point where we need to upgrade to the advanced ones, and that's going to be a whole thing. Because, like, this polybenzimidazole... It's not a lot. We are also on the lookout for making the liquid polyvinyl butyrol for laminated glass, and that'll be in industrial barrels. But oh man, this is huge, huge! I tell you. All right, man. I really appreciate you guys hanging out. Keep on trucking. Let me know what else I can do to make all of this more fun. And until next time, I will catch you on the flippity flop.